All right, it is a new series again. I'm Matt.
I'm Maggie.
And this is Intermediate Advanced Salsa. We're going to get into some patterns that we've been playing around with a lot of people in private lessons, but I want to go ahead and set the tone for this and give us some good record on how to get through these patterns. This is going to be a sequence. Each of these patterns we can do in isolation, but we can build this into being a full sequence for this series. So this will make it a lot easier for us. So we're going to start off with this arm check to an open crossbody lead. If you want to rewatch everything, don't forget, you can check out the time codes below. We should have those up pretty quickly, and you can rewatch the lead, the follow, the breakdown, the key points, all the good stuff. It's all going to be listed there. So, hey, let's just get into it. All right, let's go ahead and demonstrate the patterns. This is going to be our arm check with our open crossbody lead. So, we'll start with the two-hand hold. We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's go ahead and do that from the lead's beginning perspective. Start with two-hand hold, break open to 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's go ahead and do this from the follower's beginning perspective. Starting in your two-hand hold, we go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, break. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's go ahead and break down this pattern. So we've talked about similar patterns like this in the past, and you might be familiar with part of this. So let's get all up to speed on the same construct. Coming from this two-hand hold, what we're trying to do, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to lead an open break to create the space. 1, bring forward on 2, and then on 3, I'm going to go ahead and put some pressure into this wrist and bring the follow forward, creating some impetus, create some momentum. 3, they have now acceleration. Now on 5, I push the arm out, causing the turn. I'm doing a forward step, and then pivoting, and then stepping. All right, so that's where I'm getting these traveling steps. I'm doing like a walk around turn action. The follow does a free spin past the line. That's the arm check, or the arm turn there. Now we're doing the open crossbody lead. The follow does a back break for 1, 2, 3. The lead is going to go forward, side, and then kind of in place. Now you should be in the same positions for a crossbody lead where you end in a perpendicular position. The lead is going to put their hand on their back and push them down the slot for the rest of the crossbody lead. Lead's going to do a back rock, turn and replace, while the follow goes forward, side, back. 5, 6, 7. I like to reconnect with a single hand hold depending on what I'm going to do next. So we'll go ahead and go 1, 2, 3 for continuity. Okay, so one more time. I have a basic of 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Break. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and then 1, 2, 3 for continuity there. All right, let's go ahead and get through the lead's footwork. This is pretty simple. So what we have here, basic 1, 2, 3, back break, 5, 6, 7, open break, 1, 2, 3, I'm actually going forward. So I did an open break with a passing step. That's when I'm bringing that hand through, putting my hand on the wrist. Now I have a walk around turn as they turn past me for 5, 6, 7. Another passing turn here. My foot passes. Now my 1, 2, 3 is going to be forward, side, in place. My hand is on their back, and they can either have their hand on my shoulder or just be open in front. Doesn't matter. I'm going to do a back rock as I push them down the line for the crossbody lead. 5, 6, 7. I'm passing again to keep my proximity correct. I grab the hand, basic 1, 2, 3, whatever comes next. Okay, again from this perspective, I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, open break, passing footwork. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Here's the open crossbody lead. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and then 1, 2, 3. I've returned. There's your lead footwork.
Now it's time to go over the follows footwork. So, we have coming out of a basic, so we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now, on this next 1, 2, 3, he's going to go on ahead and do an open break. So we have 1, 2, and then on 3, he's going to go on ahead and start turning us a bit. So we're going to go on ahead, he's going to pull us forward, so we're going to step forward. And you might be turning a little bit, you might have your foot turned out just a little bit, but it'll probably be mostly your top line at this point, just given the speed. So we have a little bit starting to turn here on 3. Then you'll have push our hand, and we'll continue that rotation 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we'll have a rock back for 1, 2, 3, while he's come around and gotten ready to lead us in this crossbody lead. Now, your arm, he may try to come in under your arm, or he may just sort of kind of come around and put his hand on your back. I wouldn't worry too much about, trying to get your arm kind of where we're used to it being for these crossbody leads. I would go ahead and leave your arm down, just given the speed of the dance. Don't try and get in any other position. Just let him come around you, and then he'll go on ahead and lead you in that crossbody lead 5, 6, 7. And you're back into 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So once again, that is 1, 2, 3, or your basic 5, 6, 7. Then open break. 1, 2, 3. Start to turn. 5, 6, 7. Go ahead and rock back as he comes around. 1, 2, 3. Then crossbody lead. 5, 6, 7. And then you can go back into your basic. And that's it. Pretty easy footwork.
All right, it's key points time. So this is all about giving proper telegraph, proper heads up, projecting the direction and the shape of what we're doing next. Hands in the future, feet in the present here. This is a real important thing because it's fast. So we don't have time to actually think critically about what we're doing next. It needs to be good body mechanics, and so the follow is going to be reacting. They're not going to be making judgment calls. That means the lead has to be crystal clear in where you're going, because you'll accidentally lead other things, especially if you're dancing to more modern tempo salsa songs. So what I have going on here, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. The break here is great, but if I don't accelerate her, then the follow does not know what's coming next. And if they're expecting just a regular break, we have different styles of salsa. We have open breaks, and then we just stay put, and we do these different checking actions. So depending on who you're dancing with, they might not even know that they're going this way. So there's no telling. They might try to go up this way even. So you need to pull them at you and create a tempo or a precedent that, hey, we're accelerating. Then you give them shape. So we give them direction and speed, then we give them shape. So we have the open break, we accelerate, and then there's the shape. We are just going and turning back around. I can reconnect the hand and go back to a basic if I want to isolate that action. That's very doable. So I could do 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Open break for 1, 2, pull, turn, 5, 6, grab the hand. Boom, and there's no loss connection, and that gets my follow comfortable with this new precedent that I'm setting of, hey, I can bring you at me and make you turn off me. Now, if you've done things in West Coast, or you've done things where you have back rolls and different things like that, and East Coast even, then you get more comfortable with this precedent. But if you're doing mostly Latin stuff, you don't run into this very often. So this is where we set this up for salsa in our early intermediate advanced levels. So first thing is setting that tone that, hey, after an open break, we're creating tension to then, like a rubber band, stretch off to then slingshot. So you're going to create that line and then provide the shaping, okay? So after that, open break, accelerate, turn. I'm not grabbing them. So follows, now you're going, whoo, he's let go of me, what do I do? So when we get into open positions with no contact, you want to focus about right here on them. You have good, keeps your posture, keeps you square, maintain your footwork. If you're not being given a lead physically, then you know my basic is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So that's the only thing that you can be expected to do without it being your fault. Leaders, you're going to go and do that going right side. 1, 2, and then reconnect on that 3. Provide the slot. You can even style off like this with the hand saying this is your line. And then 5, 6, 7. So the beautiful thing about follows is you don't have to do more in the situation. You're just expected to do your basic, and then we're going to kind of shape it for you. Leaders, you have to have a good sense of timing. You have to watch the follow, make sure that you are staying together, because you're not connected. You're not able to provide any additional information. So take great care that we start off doing this slowly with the open break. 1, 2, accelerate, turn, stay relatively close, creep up, 1, 2, 3, send them down their new line, 5, 6, 7. That's really what this is all about. It's not this, hey, let them go flying and let them run off. We do want to stay close physically, and that's why we have those passing steps. A huge key point with that too is leaders, you're used to doing break and return. Now it's going to be break and pass. This is really a big thing here. So watch how many times I'm passing. It's going to be after the wrist catch, that arm check when she free spins, my walk around turn, and then the step after I've caught up to her when I do the cross body lead. That's the pass. So I've got 3 passes here. So 1, 2, 3. That was a pass. 5, 6. That's a pass. Now I'm going to go 1, 2. There's no passing here, but then 5, 6, pass. So I'm always closing the gap to stay close to my follow, because the closer we are, the better chances I have at communicating effectively. And it makes them feel more confident and more comfortable, because if I'm all over here, this just turned into a solo dance. And now we're 2 solo dancers doing performance. We're not social dancing so much. So we need some kind of connection, and the closer you are, the better chances you'll have at being effective. So I'd say your key point here is setting the acceleration, then shaping, making sure when you're passing, you're keeping for the sake of proximity. If you can do your breaks and stay close, then you can not have to worry about passing. Sometimes passing is hard for people because it's new footwork. This is up to you. You don't have to pass if you can maintain proximity. We don't want to miss the forest for the trees, right? So in theory, I should be able to then do this, not pass, do this, not pass, do this, not pass, and do this and not pass. So I don't have to pass my feet. I do it because it looks nicer, it's sharper, we're at a higher level at our dancing right here. But don't forget the reason why we're passing. It's to stay close. So if you can stay close without passing, do that. Otherwise, if you're having problems because this is new, she's flying off this way, you sent her too far, you went too far, use your passing on that 3-4 or that 7-8, and that will get you reconnected. There's your key points. All right, it's drill time. This is where we show you some continuity at a reasonable tempo, and it gives you a chance to see what it's like doing a back-to-back or having, again, the continuity element in there so you can measure what you're doing against us, and that gives you a good sense of a realistic approach to the pattern. So we'll start off here, 2-hand hold, and we'll do it a handful of times. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Awesome job today, everybody. Keep playing with the footwork, keep working with your connection, keep close proximity, and we're going to get this folded into a full sequence, and then we'll add on some different alternative options for this set. Hey, we'll see you guys next time.